This week on Second Chance Overland, we're back in the shop working on the Gladiator, and we are going to install the American Adventure Lab bedside MOLLE panels. So one of the things with doing the weight reduction and getting rid of the deck system and some of the other pieces of the bed rack is I now have to find new ways to bring some of my gear with me. So fortunately, there's plenty of solutions out there on the market. And so what I'm going to do today is the American Adventure Lab bedside MOLLE panels. So both sides and the front of the bed will have MOLLE panels on them. Now, I did get the aluminum version and had them powder coated textured black. You can get them powder coated just about any color you want. You can also get steel versions. I went with aluminum because, again, I'm trying to save as much weight as possible. But I think this will be really nice. I'm going to use one of them to mount my, at least one of my Rotopax water cans inside the bed rail, or inside the bed here. Unfortunately, to do this, it uses the mounting points for the trail rail system, whether you have the trail rail system or not. It uses those same holes. For me, I do have the trail rail system, and that is actually what my Rebel off-road bed rack was attached to. So in order to do this, the whole bed rack had to come off. So I'm going to get started on pulling these trail rails off so that we can get the new panels in place. Now, I've already pre-assembled the panels from American Adventure Lab. They come in multiple pieces. Each one is actually 3 pieces with a couple of extra brackets for one of them. Pretty easy install. Can't really mess it up. It's pretty plug and play. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on removing these trail rails so we can get the American Adventure Lab MOLLE panels bolted in. Okay, so there is a little bit of double-sided tape on these, but there are 2 plastic push pins on either end as well. And it's a bit unnerving thinking that you're going to break something, but it's really not that bad. Okay, so now we got the trail rail system out. I think I'm going to do just a little bit of cleanup, and then I will get working on putting the American Adventure Lab panels in. All right, so now that we've got the trail rails off, we can start installing the MOLLE panels. Now the passenger side and the forward one actually attach together with this little bracket. So we need to do that in the bed before we actually mount the panels. So we'll get that going now. So we just need 2 of the supplied bolts and nuts. And locate the holes over here. All right, so down here there's normally a tie down point. Now I took those out for the deck system and I don't know where they are, but you would use this same point for the bottom part of the MOLLE panel. All right, now for the really fun part. Getting all these holes lined up. So that's the back panel mounted. Now we can get the front panel, or the side panel, I mean. Now, I mentioned something about, there's a hole here that is not drilled. So I'll show you here on the other side of the bed. This hole right here, there's a couple of big washers that need to go in between here and the panel. Then another big washer that goes up underneath from the outside that we're gonna have to get in there. So that's gonna be fun to handle that. Let's see if we can do it. All right, so I got the lower bolt in place. I haven't tightened it up yet because I'm going to need an extra hand for that. So I'm just going to get everything in place. And then I can go in and tighten that up later when I have some help. So we'll get, let's see, we're going to have to cut off these tabs again. Okay, so that's in. Just got to get the bottom bolt tightened up. So I'll need a hand with that. I definitely don't think that this was designed with the factory trail rail system in mind. I actually had to remove both of the plastic end plugs, and it was still a fight to get everything lined up the way that I feel like it should be. Quite possible it wasn't designed for this, but it is working. All right, so now we got to do the driver's side, but we're going to make a couple of modifications on that before we do that. So now I got the last panel in and all ready to go. I just got to line up all the holes on the trail rail system and get it bolted in place. All right, there it is. So we got the American Adventure Lab MOLLE panels installed in the bed. Very nice. Still need to tighten up the bottom bolts, but I'm going to need a helper for that. So I'll get somebody to help me with that off camera and get that button down, but pretty happy with it so far. Get this stuff cleaned out and add a little something something, and we'll be done for the day. Nice. I like that. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more things that I'm going to find to strap onto these panels here, but at least they're installed. Of course, the worst thing is I think I'm probably going to have to take them out to install any other accessories, but that's all right. We'll get it figured out, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. So I think this will be a nice little change to the Gladiator. Definitely lighter weight than the deck system that I had in here. Of course, I don't have the storage of the deck system, but it's going to be easy to throw some cases with all my off-road gear and camping gear and just slide them in the bed of the truck. And then I've got actually something useful without that deck system in. So I think this is going to be a nice little addition. The roto packs on the side, the nice thing is I can change that out whether I'm running water or fuel. Of course, the bed rack, I've got 2 fuel cans on. So if I decide I need extra fuel, I can swap that out or mix and match whatever I want to do on that. So that should be pretty nice. All right, so after doing the initial install on the American Adventure Lab MOLLE panels and the Gladiator, really started to take a look at how I wanted things set up, so I made a couple more modifications. All right, so I've got the Rotopax water can on the driver's side there, and then took a little bit of work and modification, but I got my ARB dual air compressor set up on the MOLLE panel above the wheel well on the driver's side. Got to do a little bit of tidying up with the wiring and hoses and stuff, but I'll take care of that here. Was able to reuse the air chucks on the bed rack that I installed originally, so just had to get some different air lines so I didn't have a ton of air lines. So just ran one back behind the MOLLE panel and up to the passenger side. And then for the front, I ordered a couple of the American Adventure Lab Milwaukee pack-out plates and bolted those on. That, again, took a little bit of modification to get set on there, but that's going to be nice, I think. And then, so they also offer a small one for the narrow pack-out cases. So I put that on the passenger side. And so I've still got my light that's not blocked, as well as my cargo 115 volt outlet. So grab some of these Rotopacks and I'll show you. All right, yeah, so these Milwaukee pack outs, if you're not familiar with them, they have this pattern on the lids and then on the back, and then this little latch that clips things in place. So American Invention Lab makes these, and I know there's other people out there that do, but American Invention Lab makes these plates for the Milwaukee packouts, so they just slide in. Just trying to do it one-handed. So they just slide in and click into place, and now they're secure. So yeah, so we got the small one there. So this will be nice. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to put in these yet, or if these are the pack out boxes I'm going to use, or if I'm going to go to a different, size or whatever. But I think it'll be a really nice little addition and way to quickly and easily just pop things in and out. So it'll be pretty nice. So yeah, so there's air compressor, rotopacks, pack outs. Now, of course, with this being MOLLE panel, like I might put, my tire repair bag or something else up there. I'll figure something out for that, but yeah. So pretty happy with it. I think it's gonna do well, and I'm definitely happy to save the amount of weight that I did by making these changes. So now it's time to get it out into the dirt and do some camping. Nice. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Second Chance Overland.